So we have already established that situational awareness and avoiding a threat whenever possible is the best course of action to keep you safe. However, some threats just make themselves completely unavoidable, and it's time for us to fight back. Now, the issue that I will inevitably run into trying to teach you in one video how to defend yourself is that it's virtually impossible. I can't teach you everything there is to know about defending yourself in one video because it's such a huge category, from martial arts to use of weapons to everything in between. And the fact is that most of you ladies don't want to learn at all. Generally speaking, what you want to be able to do is to defend yourself and like your children or your siblings or whoever it happens to be, like those in your immediate group. So basically, I'm gonna try not to give you the unnecessary details and just give you the hardcore base of how to defend yourself here. Now, before we get started, I don't want to sound like I'm overbearing or anything, but allow me to talk about a few of the main pitfalls I see ladies fall into when I'm trying to teach them self-defense. Okay, so the first one would be you don't want to hurt anybody. You're not built for violence, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you should be built for violence. I'm just saying that you need to be able to switch. Okay, switch from being your normal self, your normal nice to everybody self. I get that, that's great. From going from there to attack mode and just like that, okay? You've got to be able to switch because violence happens so fast. It does not happen on your schedule. Obviously, if we could see it coming, we would avoid it, okay? So the fact that we are fighting means that we didn't see it coming and we need to switch like that. Another issue I see commonly is freezing. Ladies, when you get scared, you often just go, ah! Okay? That doesn't work, okay? Now, this is a block, okay? This is a block for a punch. This is showing that you are not going to fight. It shows compliance. It shows that you just don't want to get hurt, okay? The problem is, while this actually isn't the worst of defense positions, it's not a it's nothing more. You can't just defend. You must immediately turn from the defensive and turn to the offensive, okay? You need to turn the attack around on the attacker, or else he's just going to continue attacking you until he's beat your defenses, okay? You can't just defend. You must immediately turn from defense to attack, so the attack is turned around on the attacker. Alright, so now that we understand some of the basics of fighting, let's get into some different tactics and scenarios that I think are really going to help you to become more confident in your ability to defend yourself on the street. The first scenario we will be looking at involves you being approached to the front by an aggressive attacker. In this case, Kaylee is going to use a long-range kick to stun him and then elbow him in vulnerable places as she pushes past him and runs. Believe me, he's not going to follow her. Another common scenario involves you being pushed up against something by an attacker. Your hands may or may not be pinned. Again, immediate action is key here. A knee to the groin along with a push and an eye gouge followed by a strike before running away will do quite nicely. But what if you are attacked from behind? This is a common ambush used to kidnap or choke someone. The first step to defending against this kind of attack involves wrapping your leg around the outside of your attacker's leg to immobilize him and keep you from being lifted and/or dragged. From there, you can use powerful rear elbows to make distance and follow up with a strike before, as always, running away. As you can see, some of the most important tools available to you are your basic strikes, eye gouges, and other dirty fighting techniques. There are no rules in a street fight, and your survival and perhaps other people's survival can depend on you knowing stuff like this. Don't be afraid to fight dirty. Give an overwhelming counterattack and then run. Again, like I said, this is far from everything you need to know about defending yourself. A great step from here would be to watch my series on basic strikes, which I will link at the end of this video. Also remember that you do not have to use the tactics exactly as shown in this video. You could switch out a punch for an elbow or even a straight kick. A good rule of thumb is give 3 strikes before you run. That will help to incapacitate an attacker and prevent him from following you. With that said, I hope you will continue to learn beyond this video, but most of all, I hope that you feel a little bit more confident in your ability to defend yourself. Remember, you got this.